Our investigation has reached a fever pitch. We have got to find out what happened to Ava. The police are no closer to finding her or anyone who may have taken her than they were before Rachel was released. And now we've got all these cryptic notes, hidden clues, possible leads that appear to be coming from Rachel herself. So it's time to dig into the bizarre evidence left behind in Baby Ava Part 2. It's been 3 weeks since Rachel was released from custody without any charges being pressed against her. The day after she left the station house, a single yellow rose arrived at the desk of the lead investigator. The card attached read, "I saw everything." The handwriting wasn't Rachel's, but that wasn't the only threat that appeared out of nowhere. Someone had clearly been watching the station. The officers knew it was likely Rachel's family, friends, or even one of her deranged fans reaching out to scare them away from pursuing the case. But as days went by, more flowers arrived, each accompanied by a new note filled with sinister warnings. The police were starting to get scared. Should they have charged Rachel? Were they putting themselves in danger? But then another package showed up. This one contained a white envelope and a small bag. The bag was full of baby clothes, some with tags still attached, including a hat and booties. Inside the envelope was a handwritten note. "You will never find her. She is gone forever. You should just give up. This will end badly for you. Why don't you look here?" In the bottom right-hand corner, there was a faded picture of a house. It looked familiar, like something the police had seen before, but they couldn't place it. But when they opened the address on the back, their hearts sank. It was Rachel's house. How did she know they were looking for her? And then on the 14th day, the worst happened. As Detective Riley walked into the break room, he saw a news crew filming inside. On the table was a plastic evidence bag with the same address on it. They'd beaten the police to the punch. The contents of the bag were revealed to the world. Rachel had somehow known they were coming to search her house. What was she hiding? With the media frenzy now focused on Rachel, the police knew they had to move fast. If they didn't, she would disappear without a trace. Meanwhile, a search of Rachel's bedroom turned up nothing unusual except for a safe hidden beneath the closet floorboards. When the police pried it open, they found a hidden hard drive. Inside were hundreds of pictures and hours of video, but none of them contained anything explicit or incriminating until they found one particular set of photos. Scrunched up in the bottom of the hard drive were 2 torn Polaroids. When the detective carefully unfolded them, he could see the faces of Rachel and Ava. But this wasn't the first time he'd seen these pictures. They'd been in that anonymous package. The other photo was of the home where those pictures were taken. It was a foster home. They brought Rachel in for another round of questioning. The detective laid out all the evidence on the table, pointed to the photos, asked her if she could explain it. That's when Rachel lost it. "No, God damn it, stop! Don't do this to me, I'm sorry. Then she stopped, looked at the detectives with tears streaming down her face and said, "Why is this happening? I didn't do anything." The detectives weren't buying it anymore. Was Ava hidden somewhere? Hadn't she been abandoned at the home? The detective asked, "If you didn't take these pictures at the foster house, where did they come from?" Rachel whispered, "There was another girl in my group. We took the pictures together. I thought she was going to send them to the press and ruin my chances of getting my daughter back. I was so angry, I stole her phone, deleted everything I could find, and threw it in the river." The police immediately launched a manhunt for the mystery girl, scouring social media and every public record they could find, but no one matched the description. The Polaroids and Rachel's story were the only solid leads they had. Was she leading them down the wrong path again? The torn edges of the Polaroid pictures were sent to a lab to be examined. They hoped to find fingerprints or maybe even some trace DNA on them, but it was no use. They came back inconclusive. There was no sign of the other girl. Desperate to find Ava, the police went back to the beginning. They dug through Rachel's history, trying to find anyone who may have wanted to hurt her or the baby. Her past was filled with troubled relationships and dangerous exes, but none of them had a motive, and none of them had been anywhere near town when Ava disappeared. As the case went cold, whispers started to spread around town. Theories about what happened to Ava blossomed online. People were saying that Rachel had sold her to a secret underground baby ring. Others claimed she'd hidden her in an undisclosed location and was keeping her safe from an abusive father. But what if the conspiracy theories were true? Would Rachel be watching them? Suddenly, things took a terrifying turn. Rachel had tried to take her own life. She'd slit her wrists and overdosed on pills. Fortunately, she was found in time and rushed to the hospital. It seemed as though she was doing well at first, but then she asked to speak to the chief of police. He agreed, but when he entered her room, he found her writing furiously on a sheet of paper. When she was done, she handed it to him. "Please," she wrote, "don't ever come near my home. I'm begging you. Please leave us alone." She hadn't written that she meant us, as in the police. Who was the us? Was she protecting someone else? Did she have company in her house? While the police searched for answers, psychiatrists worked to piece together what was happening in Rachel's mind. They found severe trauma stemming from her childhood. At age 7, her mother had passed away and her father had abandoned her. Since then, she'd bounced from one foster home to the next, unable to make lasting connections. Over time, she became increasingly paranoid, claiming people were out to get her. She also suffered from dissociation disorder, which explains why there were gaps in her memories during the investigation. She blocked out important details surrounding Ava's disappearance because she couldn't cope with them, but something didn't add up. If Rachel was truly mentally unstable, why had she planned such an elaborate cover-up? She'd destroyed her phone and stolen the other girl's phone, for God's sake. She'd carefully deleted incriminating photos and videos and made several attempts to flee town. She'd even changed her appearance. The police found wigs and makeup in her trash. Why would a mentally ill person go through all that trouble? Detectives needed to find Ava's father. Maybe he knew what Rachel was hiding. But searching for a ghost proved difficult. There was no birth certificate. No one at the hospital remembered his name. The DNA test results came back negative, and the only picture they had of him was a blurry security camera image. But they did find one thing. Ava's father had been living in a small apartment complex just a few blocks from where Rachel grew up. When the police arrived to question him, they found an empty apartment and a trail of rumors that led them to a rundown trailer park on the outskirts of town. Here, people spoke in hushed tones of a young couple that had moved in recently. A couple that looked an awful lot like Rachel and the baby's father. But when the police searched the homes, they found nothing but garbage. It was like they'd vanished into thin air. As the weeks pass, the police are no closer to finding Ava, her father, or any of the people involved. Every lead goes nowhere. Every witness offers nothing new. Rachel's whereabouts are unknown, and her condition at the hospital is stabilized, but she's still a danger to herself. The last entry in her journal reads, "If they find out I took her, they'll put me away forever, but I can't let them take her, not my baby, not Ava. Did Ava die in Rachel's care, or did someone else take her, and if so, where is she now?" Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, stay tuned for more crime content. See you next time.